All right, welcome back to Porn Reviews. Meanie here.
I'm so glad you said that. Yes. Hurted. Not a word. Then hurt.
Hoyt. Or as she said, meanies. Meanies for singular. I love it.
I said you're being a meanie.
And we are checking out some
Jimmy
Carr.
I was gonna say Carr, but I was gonna wait forever because I knew it would annoy you and you'd want to be like.
And he's talking about
Teachers, an American stranger danger.
Teaches.
Oh, teaches. Jimmy Carr teaches an American stranger danger. I thought he was saying teachers and a stranger danger.
Americans aren't dumb. And
or is this rage bait?
I'm curious if this is where that joke came from that we caught at the end of his other thing, where he said they were doing the stranger danger and looking at. I can't remember the joke anymore. But
stranger danger is a real thing, and there's even a no-no zone song, like you cannot touch my no-no zones.
Okay,
if anybody...
Yes, thank you. Yes, I wasn't questioning whether stranger danger is a real thing. Oh my gosh!
What? You're such a meanie head.
I'm not.
Such a meanie head.
I just what the kids call cringeworthy. The funny thing is, the very first line on this while it's paused is when you're young, pedophiles are something to laugh at. And Joey and I saw that. We're like, is it? When you're a kid, pedophiles, man, they crack me up. Those guys are always trying to get me Lucky Charms. So, that's just I think I know what he means.
I don't.
Creepy dude. What a weirdo. He wants me to get his car for candy. Not going to happen. I don't know. It's such a funny line. So we're going to check out the rest of it. We're going to see how it all ties together. If you like our reaction this way, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
I just can't imagine someone writing and recording a song about their no-no zone.
No, it's just like
you can't touch my no-no zone.
Yeah, it's to let you know
I know, but the way all poppy, all smiling and doing choreographed dances. No zone. You can't. That just is. That's why I was like, okay, here we go.
When you're young, pedophiles are something to laugh at, the local creep. But then you grow up and you have your own kids with their own unique personalities and quirks and difficulties. And it suddenly hits you. What the do these pedos see in these little shits? I could do a brilliant Michael Jackson impersonation. Would you like to see it? Okay, I just need a young volunteer that can keep a secret. Come on up.
No.
Yeah. What are you getting up for? What? Wait a second, this is a teachable moment. If a grown man beckons you forth as he undoes his flies, this is some stranger danger, son.
But you're calling him out.
What's your name?
Mikey.
That let's hear it from Mikey, everyone. That is because you know why? That is commitment to a night out at a comedy show. There's a young man that's just thought to himself, "Oh, it's the bit of the show where I suck his cock. Great." Everyone loved Michael Jackson in the 80s, right? He was the coolest guy in the world. Coolest guy in the world, bar none. And really the high point of that cool was the moonwalk at the Grammys.
That's true.
Remember that? People lost their minds at how cool it was. And really, the moonwalk was no more than, it was that. I know I'm not nailing this, but that was the gist of it, right? That was the coolest shit we'd ever fucking seen. Of course, we didn't realize at the time it had been developed for sneaking in and out of children's bedrooms. We had no idea. It's so obvious now. No, I've never f***ed a kid. I nearly did just then, didn't I? But I've never f***ed a kid. But if I did f*** a kid, I think I know how I'd leave the room.
Oh, man.
Do you remember the incident in the 90s with Michael Jackson? Where he was on tour in Germany. He had the top floor of a hotel, and he had the baby, and he held the baby over the balcony, and he shook the baby. Crazy. You can't get cum off a baby like that.
That's too far.
Oh my gosh, it's his own son.
Somewhat ironically, that has really separated the men from the boys, hasn't it? I've been Jimmy Carr. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Good night. Thank you. Cheers.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Now, there's a scientific theory that states you laugh 30 times more when you're in a room with other people than when you're watching something on a screen. So why not come and see me live?
I knew
it's
that was coming.
jimmycarr.com for tickets, and I'm pretty much everywhere. See you then.
Genius.
Yeah, that was coming after. For my American sense of humor,
A doozy.
it was too far. But I do wish he had went more on Americans in Stranger Danger, because that would have been kind of fun to see.
He kind of did.
He did, but a little bit
about
more.
one person in particular.
The one creepiest dude ever. There are so many people who love Michael Jackson. I personally am not a fan of his songs.
I love his music.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of his music or him, but his dance moves, I will say, are very cool. And how he can like tilt his body all, like so far over and pull back. Like, the dude has moves for sure.
His ability,
on the dance floor.
Yes, his ability to entertain is quite amazing. It's fantastic to watch and listen to. I love his music. Don't love his personal choices, and don't excuse him either. Yeah. But I will say, as someone who is a fan of his career, entertainment career, he may have done the moonwalk on the Grammys. He may have, but to be a purist, he actually first, as far as I understand, unveiled the moonwalk on a different show. It was the Motown Records, which was the record company that, you know, produced the music of the Jackson 5 and some of his early records. They were doing a 25th anniversary of the record company. And at that point, he had already gone solo. He was already separate from the Jackson 5. It was kind of intense, this or that, with him and his family, him in the record studio, because, you know, the main person is now gone on his own. But he agreed to come back as a favor to Barry Gordy, I think his name is. And he said, I'll do it as long as I can play one of my new songs. And he played Billie Jean, or he performed Billie Jean. Pretty sure he lip-synced the entire thing. But that's when he first showed the moonwalk, as far as I understand. Which he did not invent. Someone else already invented it, but
he just did a really good job.
Really cool at it.
Yeah.
And if you watch that video, it's online on YouTube. It's really, really cool to hear the raw reaction of the crowd when he does the moonwalk. It's near the end of the video, end of the performance, because it takes just a few seconds for them to be like, what is going on right now? And then they get really loud and excited about it. And it's really short. Like, it's really, really short. And then he goes on to other things, but amazing dancer.
Yeah. This one is just interesting. Jimmy Carr versus United States hecklers. That would be interesting to watch sometime.
I think that one's a longer video, which is fine. That's just why I click it. Maybe we can do that one, or we'll definitely do that one at a future time.
Yeah. But that was fun to bring the whole moonwalk to sneaking out of people's bedrooms. You know, Michael Jackson has some very interesting things why you need a theme park in your home and you invite kids over. One will never know.
Well, part of that, you can say he never felt he had a childhood. And I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying, like, he's always trying to chase that.
He's weird. No offense.
He was.
He's weird. He was weird. He was weird.
She hates his guts. But I did notice, talking about my hat, that there was a lot of people in the audience wearing hats. And I was like, oh, I don't ever see that in the British, when they show the audience in these British stand-up things when they're in England.
I didn't even look
at Scotland or wherever.
He wasn't even looking at the audience. I was just focused on Jimmy Carr.
I'm not saying it was everyone, but I was like, oh, they don't wear hats. Not indoors.
That's true. Now, my question for you is, if you were in the audience and he's like, come on, like, would you get up? Because you can tell the kid hesitated at first.
For that joke, I would like to think I wouldn't. But at the same time, you kind of feel like, well, I don't want to be a jerk. The comedian himself is telling me to come up. This is part of the joke, right? This isn't real.
I know.
But I think for that joke, I'd be like, I'm good. I'd probably laugh and like, nah. But I don't think okay.
Yeah, which only added on to the joke even more,
Yes.
which is hilarious.
I almost guarantee he's done that, and it's happened many times, and so he's ready for that.
Used to it, yeah. I'm sure, because I think too, when sometimes comedians do call people from the audience onto the stage, or they'll interact with them, and so when they're interacting with you, you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, as he's slowly bringing his hand down. saying Nick.
Let us know what you think about our reaction to this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.